Welcome to another video, you guys, and this is a video tour of our time in Johannesburg, South Africa. We want to thank the Sibara family for hosting us on our trip and making these tours of Johannesburg possible, as well as making introductions to your amazing network. If you like what you see of our trip and would like to work with them, we've included their contact information in the description of this video. Shout out to the Sibara family. Thank you so much for making this trip unforgettable. And now, on with the tour of South Africa. Hey everybody, welcome back. So this will be a more educational video. There's going to be a lot our guide has to say, guiding us around Kliptown, Soweto, South Africa. So you'll enjoy her commentary.
Hey everybody, Josiah and I had the wonderful opportunity to come here to Soweto and really take in the history and learn more about what happened here, you know?
Yeah, here's the school. It's called the Shulk, Shaping Hope and Leadership in Kliptown. It's an acronym. So even though it was rainy and ugly weather, and some of the history is ugly, it was still very enlightening. And here we are with Nkuli Tours and Camp Journey South Africa, who helped set this up. So we really learned a lot.
Yeah, the weather was freezing and windy, but we stayed strong and soaked in as much history as we could.
Everyone was really friendly. There's just a lot of enlightenment here, and they hold their roots really close, and they're preserving the legacy. It's beautiful.
All right, people, welcome. Yes, welcome to the show. I'm going to explain to you about the organization. So the organization started in 2016, and they decided to name it the Shulk. The Shulk stands for Shaping Hope and Leadership in Kliptown. So what they do is they cater for kids each and every day. Kids would go to school. After school, come back here to receive a hot meal. After eating, they have programs that they're running with the kids. They have sports like netball, soccer. They do traditional dance, campus dance, and music. But mostly, they specialize in education. Why they decided to open the shop? It's because of the rise of a teenage pregnancy drug abuse from the community. So when the kids are here, we feel that like they're on the safe side. Also, it helps. With starting, there's Wi-Fi in the organization, there's laptops, they can Google research about their schoolwork. So it makes their life very easy, because when they get home, there's no access to your laptop, your Wi-Fi. But the organization is doing a great job. Last year, we had 4 students who were doing their last year in high school. Now 3 of them are in different institutions, and 1 of them is working. We've got Philip, he's studying on being a chef. We've got Rayleigh, he's working in the clinic. We've got David, he is studying in Wits University. He was our top student. He is doing well. We also have Smoggy Singh, he's doing business management. They're all studying here as little boys and girls, but now they've grown, and the organization helped them to further their studies. So we are really proud of the organization that's doing a great job. We're trying to bring change in the community of Kliptown. Also me, if I'm not doing tours on my spare time, I get to come and volunteer to give back to the community of Kliptown.
Library was amazing. The artwork the children did, they had, you'll see loads of photos of their heroes from antiquity up here, the warriors. Super dope.
Yeah, I thought these were really nice. I wanted to get some footage of them up on the walls.
Again, just really friendly folk, and just a lot of the children are getting into business and other ventures thanks to the community schooling here. So it's great.
Development called Joshko. Joshko Flats was built in order for them to accommodate people with lower salaries. So if you're working at ShopRite, retail store, restaurant, then you get to apply over here. And then they had a deal with people saying after 10 years, you get to own the flat. But now it has changed. But this was the first development. They are now on owning because it's over 10 years. So this cycle, we are now leaving Kliptown. We are heading to Pimble. This is the middle class area. Going out.
How do you say it again?
The circle over here is divided into Kliptown and Pimble. So now we are heading to Pimble, which is the middle class area. Just left the lower class area.
Gotcha.
you said that the housing they used to be set up for them to own out, like
After 10 years, the house belongs to me. So this group is the first development. The houses are belonging to them. But now other developments that have been developed by Joshua, it's just rent to buy. Around over here. So I'll be showing you schools just up the road where they just take a walk from Kliptown heading to the schools in People because there is no schools in Kliptown.
Okay.
Also with the clinic, we've got a clinic, a local clinic. Up the road, it's called People Clinic. They would walk from Kliptown to get to the clinic in People.
Okay.
These are the social houses that were given by the government. So most of the people just downtown in Kliptown, they were relocated from Kliptown and placed over there. And it was only a number of 100 people. So some of them are still waiting for the new development to be built for social housing in order for them to be relocated and placed. We've got zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. The number is how you are.
These towers here, you'll recognize if you are following the YouTuber iShowSpeed's Africa tour all of January of this year, actually. I thought the river was really beautiful. We couldn't go in where they have all the recreation and fun and everything, but it was a sight to see for sure.
Yeah, we did a bit of a reaction to some of iShowSpeed's tour. It's on the channel if you want to check it out. It was one of our lives, but it was really, really cool to come here and learn about how these towers have been changed and repurposed. And
over the years,
over the years, some of this, sadly, we weren't able to get the audio footage, as you can tell, just because of the weather. But
amazing artists.
Roughly, I believe these were used for a different purpose, and then was changed by the government. I think there was like voting and things that happened, and so they were repurposed to show off the art.
I think it changes every few years.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it changes every few years. It's not just like expressive art. I mean, I feel like I'm trying to like cram into like define art, but it's like there's stories up on there, like historical stories from moments throughout Soweto, whether it was marching, whether it was a specific turning point,
right.
For the people. And so there's a lot of history that is within these towers. Like I said, like they used to be used as like a different plant for like radioactive things. I think you might have to check me up on that. And then the native South Africans here were like, oh no, we this need to change.
Yeah,
they benefiting them. So
I also thought it was cool. You just saw us on the bus. I forgot the word for it, but that was fun how our guide here showed us how to flag down the bus. That we couldn't get footage of that at the time because we were just living, we got some goats and stuff here in the community, but that was cool. And we actually did wind up getting several buses that day. You just saw that one particular ride so far, but even us learning cool stuff like that, like the gestures or any sounds, whistle, or anything that you made to go about your life in Kliptown in the community, that was really cool to learn from the tour guide.
Yeah, it took us a minute to flag down the bus because I think it was lunchtime.
Yeah.
So there were tons of buses passing us by. We were like, man. But we did eventually get one.
That is dividing Orlando East and Orlando West. Just when we cross the street, we're heading to Orlando West.
Okay.
So we just left Orlando East now. And then over there, it's the home of Orlando Pirates. We've got two local teams, Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. Amabagobaga, it's the sign, which is for Pirates. That's the home of Pirates. That's the stadium for Orlando Pirates.
Oh, I see.
Yes. This is where we are going to find Mr. Nelson Mandela's house and Mr. Desmond Tutu. So where we are at Hector Pieterson Museum. Hector Pieterson Museum that's based in Orlando West. It is named after a young boy who got shot during the student uprising in 1976 on the 16th of June. So during the 16th of June, students were protesting in Soweto. They never wanted to learn with Afrikaans. They felt that Afrikaans was the language of the oppressors. They did not understand the language. They did not like their language. They hated the language so bad. They wanted to learn with English and their African languages. But during that time, it was during apartheid, they were forced to learn with that language. But they hated the language. Our brave student named Tsietsi Mashinini, on the day he wrote a memorandum stating all the inequalities, saying no to Africans. He was brave enough. He wanted to hand over the memorandum to Orlando police station. But unfortunately, he could not do that alone because Afrikaans was affecting all the students in Soweto. So he read the memorandum to a friend, and the friend said, no, you cannot hand over the memorandum alone. They read to the whole class and decided to take out the whole school, and then went to different high schools in Soweto to collect all the students. When they got to Kona, Muyama and Vilakazi, they started showing their placards at around 10 to 11, showing their placards, saying no to Africans, showing their sign of Amanda, which is power. Started singing liberation songs at Kona, Muyama and Vilakazi. One of the songs that they were singing was Nkosi Sikeleli Africa. During 1976, it was banned. They were not allowed to sing our national anthem. That triggered the police. Police started warning the kids, telling them to go back to school. Unfortunately, because of the anger and them wanting to hand over their letter to tell the government that they do not want to learn with Africans, they kept on singing. The police drew the line over there. Where you see the flowers, that was the line that was drew by the police, warning the children that if they cross the line, they would open fire on them. So where you see the flowers, that's the line that is pointing Kona, Muyama and Vilakazi. That is the line that was drawn for the kids not to cross. But they started crossing the line. That's when police started opening firearms, throwing tear gas, letting their dogs to attack their students. Remember, their dogs were trained to attack a black person. So they opened their dogs and let their dogs attack the students. Children who were participating in the student uprising was 15 to 20,000 students. Unfortunately, on that day, children who went missing and who died was 600 in total. I'm going to take you through the picture over there so that I can explain to you. So over here, the picture that you can see over there, it was taken by a local journalist. His name was Mr. Sam Zimmer. He took the picture on the 16th of June 1976. Unfortunately, on that day, he was not even allowed to take pictures as a black journalist. Unfortunately, because of what he wanted to do, wanted to show the people after the protest what was happening. Took several pictures. When his film got full, he placed it on the sock. They did not realize that he had a film on the sock. He kept on taking pictures. One white policeman saw him taking pictures, came and smashed his camera. They did not know he had a film on the sock. 3 days after the protest, Mr. Sam Zimmer decided to publish the pictures of this ones that you see. And then this is how we got to realize that this was happening on the 16th of June 1976. Over there, I've got 3 characters in the picture. I've got Mr. Mbuyiswa Makubo, the gentleman who's holding the young boy. The young boy that they're carrying, his name is Hector Pieterson. He's the one that the museum is named after. And the lady who's showing the hand sign high five, her name is Antoinette Sithole, but we are calling her Mama Antoinette Sithole due to age. She's still alive. She's an ambassador of the museum over here. She's also a true confession of what has happened in 1976. We might bump into her. She's still guiding, giving stories about what happened during the student uprising. So usually they're still renovating. We usually have a waterfall that is flowing over here. Mr. Nelson Mandela, when the student uprising took place, he was still in prison. But he honored and respected the children for what they did, fighting for not learning with Africans. When he came out, he decided to honor Hector Pieterson. Hector Pieterson was just a 12-year-old who did not even participate in the student uprising. He was caught up in the middle. He went to the sister school just to collect the key in order for him to go home. So he ended up being caught up in the middle of the first confrontation. But when Mr. Nelson Mandela came out, decided to honor a young girl with this champagne over here. All good? Lose jerseys because you had to run for your life. Some would lose shoes. So these are the shoes that they lost, but these are not the actual shoes. Just trying to show you what was
Representation.
happening. Okay?
Wow.
You can get closer, take pictures.
It's okay.
Their placards, the sign of Amandla, saying no to Afrikaans, and unfortunately, while they were singing Nkosi Sikelel, that triggered the police because they felt that the children were not listening. They were singing songs that were banned during that time. So they never wanted to listen. They started crossing the line. This is where the firearm was taking place. This is the first corner. That's why we say it's Kona, Miyama, and Vilakazi. First confrontation took place over here.
Wow.
I know. It's how I start. Imagine I talk about it every day. So Hector was still in primary. So each and every day he would, from school, come straight to the sister to collect the key, then go home. Unfortunately, on that day, he was caught up in the middle of the first confrontation. This is where they struck him.
You said 12? He was 12?
To 10, 13.
About to turn 13.
Yes. Okay. If I may ask, I want to check if you guys did your homework. What do you guys know? Oh, but please, don't have. What do you guys know about Vilakazi streets?
It's the point of the uprising. I think is how you're supposed to. Yeah. This is, especially over there, is where it started that the students were singing the song. The police were like, nah, you're not listening, and just opened fire. That's what I remember.
So that's Kona, Miyama, and Vilakazi.
Okay.
It's going there.
Okay.
So now we're talking about this one, going down the road, which is Vilakazi Street. So Vilakazi Street is famous for having two Nobel Peace Prize winners staying on the same street. We've got Mr. Nelson Mandela and Mr. Art Desmond. You can go anywhere in the world, you won't find two Nobel Peace Prize winners staying on the same street. It is also famous for its African food. So the Soweto Gold beer, you find it here. The Umkombo Tichubuku, you find it here. Any African food, you find it here. So when we're done with the tour, just in case you want to try our Soweto Gold and also our African food, small portions, then you're more than welcome to tell me.
This was really nice to learn about, especially with each individual stone representing the people
Right.
who were here during the march. I think there's other footage in between, but you'll see like each pillar, like each stone represents a person who was here.
But yeah, our guide took us around, again, the Hector Pieterson Memorial there. It's nice to know, and it's enlightening. I mean, it is very sad. Rest in peace. He was 13 years old, as you heard the guide talk about. And there was other striking photography of those who were saving other young people. And the main thing I remember taking away was appreciating the resilience of the people of Kliptown. Better yet, the whole country of South Africa, the Black South Africans, and just how they still have a ways to go, as most, nations do, who are healing from racist oppression. I appreciated the honesty and that sense that they're still moving forward, that it wasn't like, try as some might, washed away or swept under the rug, like, oh, we've cured racism in South Africa. That wasn't the case for us at all. They really seem to wear their history on their sleeve, and they invite you, in our experience, to learn. Whether it was going to a museum, taking a tour, or just talking to some of the people that we met, like Joy's, like our new friend that Joy introduced us to, Jared. Shout out to you. So, what about you? Any other feelings about the tour and about our time?
I think you highlighted a strong thing there with about wearing the history on the sleeve, especially coming from America. Didn't always get that sense. I mean, it's there. You got to look
for sure
for it in the museums, but this is not only wasn't this as long ago.
Facts, right? It's like less than 40 years ago.
Yeah, this is a bit older than me, but it's to know your history, to be able to want to change or to go forward, you have to know where you've come from, I believe is said.
Right.
So I really appreciated that, and really that honesty you spoke about. There is that resilience to push forward and talk about what's happened and like what needs to happen. I think around this time that we went was one of the
was it G20?
Summits?
Yeah,
G20 summit, and I think there might have even been a protest.
I think
around that time,
a couple,
because South Africans were like, okay, look, we need to talk about some things.
It's political time for them.
So I mean, those are things that come to mind for me.
Yeah. So we're really grateful to Cooley Tours and Camp Journey. You've also been seeing at this time photos from Mandela House. So that was really cool. We'll give you more information about that.
That's our experience on the Soweto walking and driving tour. It's a bittersweet but informative experience that we think anyone would benefit from having themselves. It's only one chapter of the fight against apartheid in South Africa's history. There are resilient people living in an amazing country. We also go to explore the Mandela House, Nelson Mandela's family home. His fight against apartheid meant that he spent little time here with his family. It has since been turned into a museum to preserve the Mandela legacy.
So yeah, hope you're enjoying these photos. And for more information on excursions with Camp Journey South Africa, just check out the details in the description box. There you'll find contact details also for Nkuli walking tours, and the Shulk, that's the nonprofit organization that is shaping hope and leadership in Kliptown. That's the school you saw us exploring at the top of the video. You can learn more and support by following the details in the description. Yeah, we definitely learned a lot on this trip. So tell us, have you been to Soweto or anywhere in South Africa? Share your thoughts with us. And thanks for watching.
Congratulations for landing on this page that changes your life. We invite you to join us at the Move Abroad in 3 Easy Steps workshop. This workshop, as I said, it's going to change your life. How's it going to do that? The Move Abroad workshop is a 2-hour workshop that our family created to teach people awareness to their foundational reasons for moving abroad. Those foundational reasons are knowing your why, operating within budget, and taking ownership by learning to do the research yourself. Look, everything we've done in life, we did it with the awareness that these foundational reasons, again, why, budget, and research are the keys to success. If you think you're scared to leave, you need to make sure that your why is very clear. If you won't move because you think there isn't enough money to make it, budgeting is your answer. Let's say you have what you think is a visa/citizenship problem. You don't have that problem. What you have is a research problem. And if you can't decide on a target country, a destination, because you keep on changing your mind, the problem is that you have a need for an objective system that you can execute, and you'll get that with us. In the Move Abroad workshop in 3 Easy Steps, we will work with you for those 2 hours and teach you the significance of the 3 values and the important aspects of each one of them. At the end of the 2 hours, you're going to have a plan on how to get started with your move abroad. Looky, we have literally had people that followed our plan, and they've done things like taken a scouting trip to El Salvador, visited Tanzania. Heck, they moved to East Africa, scouted out Kenya, and all in all, saved thousands of dollars. We're gonna look forward to seeing you at the workshop, and get ready to have your plan to get started with your move abroad. By the way, you don't have to take our word for it. We want you to take a listen to these testimonials. Thank you.
I'm a checklist type of person, so I really appreciate the handouts you guys gave us, because that's going to be very, very useful to me getting started, to just keep things kind of organized. So thank you again. When I saw this on YouTube, I was so excited, and I was like, I gotta sign up. I want to hear, what if this is the real thing. So this is a confirmation. And keep doing what you're doing, because there's so many of us that want to leave.
This is most helpful in many ways. One in particular, the integrity that your entire family present. I really enjoy. I like that. I mean, because it just resonates and allows me to say I feel comfortable. I feel safe with making certain types of decisions and stuff like that because of the wealth of information that you provide. I like that, and it's very concrete, systematic. So I appreciate that, like how you identify having a system, to have a system, like what is important.
This experience was really great. It gave me more of an understanding of what it takes, and to know it's important to know your why and that you're doing this for the right reasons and the best reasons possible. And you have given us resources and tools that will enable us to have a great starting point, and I really appreciate this workshop.